Hi, happy Wednesday. It's been a while since I've had an opportunity to share any of my thoughts with y'all. It's been a long year, year and a half almost. But I wanted to take some time today, and it's Wednesday. Today's the 14th of April, and we're celebrating some good news. We This week is our fifth anniversary of being in business in Fenton and in St. Louis, and wanted to just take a few minutes and share with you some of the thoughts and reflections that go along with that. Um, Obviously, 5 years seems like a long time, and in many ways, there's lots and lots and lots of memories, both good and bad, over those 5 years. There's been lots of hard work and lots of energy, blood, sweat, and tears, if you will, over the course of 5 years to keep our business or to push our business into the position that it's in. Also, lots of great memories, and most of those memories revolve around you, our customers. You know, I've had an opportunity here to pause and reflect on what's really been the best part of the last 5 years, and I keep coming back to the idea that the relationships that we've had the opportunity to form over the last 5 years with our customers has just been awesome. You guys have allowed us, St. Louis in general, and Fenton and the surrounding areas in the Southwest Quadrant more specifically, you guys have allowed us to share our lives and our family with you. You know, the Diffleys and the Days, and our kids, and the trials and tribulations of life, and conversely, you have shared your lives, your families with us. You know, I think about all the highs and lows over the last 4 or 5 years. You know, you've shared with us college graduations and new jobs. You've shared with us weddings and the birth of children. You know, kids that have gone from elementary school to middle school, and middle school to high school, and high school to college. All kinds of wonderful things, birthdays and anniversaries. You've also shared with us some of the lows. You know, we've watched you as people have had to transition from one job to another. From people who have lost loved ones, funerals and wakes. You know, there's a lot of wonderful things that come with the relationship that you have with the customer base, and that's where I keep coming back to when I reflect over the last 5 years, how awesome that's been. And I just want to say, with a grateful heart, I want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting us, but more importantly, thank you for sharing your most precious gifts. You know, your children, your lives, and all that you do with us at the butcher shop. I can't tell you how many people that I run into in different places. You know, they genuinely want to know, hey, how you doing? How's the business going? How's the family? You know, they'll ask about the kids. It's awesome, and so thank you. Thanks for 5 years, and here's to a lot more. I wanted to just kind of share some things, you know, some real quick thoughts. The last year and a half or so of the 5 has been very challenging for most of us. That's not surprising. I feel like we're getting towards the end, which is exciting. I know we're not there yet, but we're making progress towards that, and I think that's really, really good. And I just want to take a few minutes and share with you, hey, well, where are we at? You know, where are we at now? Over the last year, we've seen prices up and down and up and down. We've seen, meat shortages and labor issues and all kinds of different things, and mad rushes on grocery stores over toilet paper and whatever else you want to talk about in terms of the way things have gone. And I just want to take a couple of minutes and just kind of share with you, well, where are we at right now? Well, where we're at right now, and this is in no way, shape, or form meant to be any sort of political statement. It's just information. Many of you know that I spent 20 plus years as a teacher and a coach, so it's sort of in my blood to share information, to inform, teach, if you will. So I just want to kind of look at, okay, what's important? Well, and where are we at? Right now in the food chain industry, specifically where it has to do with beef, pork, and chicken, the the manufacturers in our particular industry, they're called processors and packagers, right? They process the animal and they package the meat that goes to the wholesaler and then on to the retail store, which is me. Um, the processors and the packagers are faced with a decision right now. That decision is, do they take the product that we harvest here in the United States and do they sell it domestically? Do they sell it here in the United States? Or do they export it and sell it overseas? The driving force for that obviously is how much money can they make in both scenarios. And right now, the ability to make money or the higher amount of profit, if you will, is actually overseas. And so we're going to see a lot of our product exported to other countries. And since they can get a higher price for them overseas, that's where they'll send them, which will cause a little bit of a supply and demand issue in the United States, and it will drive our prices up. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a genie. I'm not attempting to tell you the future in any way, shape, or form. I don't know what the prices are going to be 3 weeks from now, much less 3 months from now, and so forth and so on. But I know that when the laws of supply and demand kicked in, when products being shipped overseas, that means there's less available here, which is the consequence of that is that the prices are going to increase. And so you'll start to see an increase of many of your beef, pork, and chicken products. And right now it's happening to the pork products. We've already seen that start to tick up, and I think that'll continue for a little while. Or I don't think. The indications are that that'll continue for a little while. And so, obviously as a small business owner, I don't have my own farm. I don't process my own animals. I have to purchase that product from the wholesalers who get them from the processing and packaging plants. So I'm at the mercy of what their pricing structure is. And so while I can tell you, what our prices are at any given point, based on our percentages or our profit margins, I don't know, I don't control that bottom line. And so imports and exports it really does impact our food chain. It's a major consideration for where do the manufacturers of those products go to get the highest dollar, and so it does impact your bottom dollar and your household. So hopefully that at least gives you some information to understand why prices are ticking up. The only other thing that I would love to share with you real quick is sort of the unintended consequence of shopping from home, right? We're using credit cards more than we ever have. And I don't know if you know it or not, but when merchants like myself, when small businesses take payment with a credit card, those credit card companies charge us, and they charge us a percentage. That percentage is usually anywhere from 2.5% to 4%, based on whatever type of card it is. There's a small fee usually associated with a debit card, but it's not a percentage fee, a lot like the credit cards are. But nonetheless, there's a cost that's associated for me to be able to accept payment with those credit cards. And it's an awesome, I don't have anything against credit cards. I don't have anything against people using credit cards. I think that's wonderful. And many times over the last year and a half, we haven't had any choice because we've been stuck in our houses, buying things. But I want to let everybody know that there's a cost associated with that with businesses like ours, and that cost has really increased over the last year and a half to 2 years, and so we're faced with hard decisions about how do we handle that? Do we absorb that cost? Do we pass it on? What do we do to try to manage that? We all have margins. We're in business to make money, and when 4% of that total sale goes to the credit card company, that takes a big chunk out of our ability to be profitable. And obviously, if we're not profitable, we're not here for 5 years. So those are some of the things that we as a small business get to balance, and challenges that we have to answer here in today's environment. So again, cash is one of those things that is not only acceptable in our store. cash is king, and we appreciate those things. So our payment in that way. As always, thanks for your support. We appreciate. We know you have lots of choices in where you purchase things, and each time you choose the Corner Butcher, I want you to know that we're grateful for that. Also, this weekend, I'm celebrating our 5th anniversary. We have a barbecue pit outside. We'll be making hamburgers, hot dogs, brats, and anything else that we can put on the grill. We're not interested in selling any of it. We'll come by and grab one. We'd love for you to celebrate with us, just as samples and stuff. Keep in mind that we are still under a limited capacity, so we can't just open the doors and have people wandering all over the place. But we'd love to see you swing by at some point in the next 3 or 4 days and celebrate with us. Sort of a customer appreciation or an opportunity to say, hey, there's lots of good still going on. So anyway, as always, thanks for taking the time to watch it, and I'll talk to you soon.